And it was because defining language has made the world make sense. And the vast majority of people spend a lot of their time talking to other people and thinking that they're communicating when really they make face noise at the other person, and that person can't define any of the terms that they're hearing, and then just has some loose definition that they don't really operate on, that they're listening. And that's why, the vast majority of the time, like, nothing occurs when people talk. They just like make noise at each other because they've been rewarded for making noise at each other in the past, right? And so in thinking about that, I think I've gotten much better as a communicator. I've gotten much better as a teacher. I've gotten much better as a learner, because I can observe, I think, the pieces that matter most, which is, what are the actions? What are they doing, right? And so it all, like, this is my view of the world, is that everything comes down to behavior. What do you do? And it's observing all the tiny nuances and all the tiny details that are all important, because if there's many variables, and this is a B.F. Skinner quote, but if many variables exist, many variables must be studied. And so that's basically the viewpoint. And, people will say like, hey, I want to be more honest, or I want to be more courageous. And it's like, well, what does that mean? And they're like, I don't know. I'm like, right, well then how can you get there? How can you become that if you don't know how to do that? And then it gets very real, because you're like, how do you do that? And then that's where basically the field of study begins. What does it mean to be courageous? What does it mean to be authentic?
Do you believe most adjectives, adverbs, are like illy defined in general?